All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome into today's edition of In the Game. I am your host, Hustle, and as always, we're going to be diving into the markets. We're going to be diving into some of the headlines that has a lot of the top coins. And really, we've been seeing Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin's down 3% over the 24 hours. We'll go over all the biggest headlines in the industry. There was some bullish news, but then there was some ultra bearish news. Some are saying it's FUD. Some are saying it's very serious. So we'll talk about all of the headlines that are driving the market and why I think there's the catalyst, the amount of large businesses, corporations, and companies that are flocking to the Web3 space is something you simply cannot ignore. The adoption is inevitable. And on the other side, we're going to go over some altcoins that I think have true slingshot explosive potential on the other side. Let's go ahead and dive into it. Like the video if you enjoy the content here on In the Game and on Crypto Banter. And of course, subscribe down below for shows here every single day on the channel. Quick shout out to all of our sponsors. Bybit, one of the leading crypto exchanges in the entire industry for all of your trading needs. NordVPN, always navigate securely across crypto and across the blockchain. Never disclose your IP address and location. Always use a VPN. Vulcan Forge, one of the leading gaming studios with their Metascapes with Vulcan Studios and the upcoming Elysium blockchain. SIDUS Heroes, one of the leading AAA intergalactic experiences in all of Web3 gaming. And last but not least, sign up for Sniper School free trading course in the link down below. All of our links to our affiliates and our sponsors for In the Game are down below in the description if you want to check more on those. So let's go ahead and take a look at the markets. We're looking at 27,000 Bitcoin, about 1,700 Ethereum, Polygon's hovering around $1. We'll talk about why that's important here in just a second. But, this morning we woke up to what I thought was decently bullish news, right? So MicroStrategy had repaid its $205 million loan at a 22% discount, and they went ahead and accumulated a lot more Bitcoin. And from the outside looking in, when I woke up, this looked very bullish, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good catalyst for for Bitcoin and for the markets." And then just a little bit after, the big news kind of popped out that right now we're looking at a lawsuit alleging Binance of trading their own platform with 300 accounts directly or indirectly associated with CEO CZ. You can take a look at the full stories here, but this is definitely something to keep your eye on. It seems like if you read through it, it's definitely going to be a battle, and we're going to have to see the way that Binance proceeds with this, but this is definitely something to keep your eye on. And in my opinion, this is why Bitcoin's down 3% over the last 24 hours. The main catalyst would be this Binance situation. And as 𝗍𝗶𝗆 says, this industry has taken hits that over the last 12 months, we have the billions in hacks. We had the big 𝗟𝗄𝗅 hack. We have other hacks and compromises across different chains. We have Three Arrows Capital. We have Luna, Celsius, BlockFi, FTX, the Coinbase Wells notice, the Kraken no staking, Silvergate, SVB, Signature Bank, the DPEG that was kind of temporary there for USDC. And then now we're seeing the CFTC suing Binance all in the last year. And as he says, we've gone through enough pain. If we pump here, we deserve this ish. And I completely agree. I think that with all these black swan almost catalysts happening during this market, first and foremost, the fact that Bitcoin has rallied in this time period from about 19 to 27 has been impressive in itself. People are realizing that power of decentralization, not trusting the banks, but obviously the exchanges are kind of seeming to move like banks as well. So I always would advise to keep your own custody. Make sure you have your seed phrase, have your own decentralized wallet and solution, because, sometimes these exchanges kind of are a little bit corrupt, just like these banks are. And I'm not saying anything about Binance. I'm not saying anything about any exchange, but I don't keep any crypto on centralized exchanges. So I would definitely not do the same if I was you. And I see in the comments, Johnny, can you cover Magic? We'll take a look at Magic at the end of the show here. Absolutely. I love Magic. I think they're going to be one of the biggest plays underneath the Arbitrum ecosystem. But amidst all of this news, you cannot ignore the adoption that's going on. We talked about it last week, and Becker said, if you can't see what's happening, you're an effing idiot, with all the biggest companies in the world coming into the Web3 gaming space and just integrating Web3 and NFT metrics into their businesses. It's happening every single day. Last week we had CCP raise $40 million for a AAA blockchain game in the EVE Online universe. This round was led by Andreessen Horowitz. We had already covered this, and we're seeing Chainlink preparing for the future of Web3 gaming. It's 2030. Imagine this situation. It's 2030. You're using a smartphone to transfer an in-game character from an app chain to an NFT collector on Ethereum. You pay nominal gas fees in the transaction and seamless. This is the future of NFTs in games. This is the future of interoperability between blockchains. And let's talk about interoperability, and we'll talk about a major interoperable blockchain collaboration here in a second. But just today, monumental as Polygon launches their zkEVM on the Ethereum mainnet. We've all been looking for their ZK. The Polygon ZK technology has been something that's been at the top of their list as far as what they're hyping and what they're going to deliver. And just today, if you see, they did host something with Vitalik himself, and Vitalik completed the first transaction on the newly deployed Polygon zkEVM chain. This is a big moment for scaling decentralized protocols to handle growth. More to come on our long-term ZK tech strategy. We are busy over here. And yeah, Polygon has done nothing short but build during these market conditions, and they're nearing $1. And if you look at the 24 hours, everyone was, it's almost like what happened last week. And we'll talk about Immutable in just a second. But if you look at the trajectory over the last day, Polygon has taken quite a dip. We're nearing back down to $1. Everyone was anticipating the ZK drop. Now that it's happened, I do expect a little bit of a pullback with the market conditions as well, with this Binance situation as well. I think that long-term accumulation levels are opening up for Polygon. I truly do. And I think that Polygon's here to stay for years to come. If you look at the amount of things, sure, the news that they're working with these businesses has already come out, right? Nike, Starbucks, Meta, Disney, Amazon, Robinhood, DraftKings, Stripe. You could go over so many businesses that are coming and flocking to their L2 solution. But what's going to happen when all of these businesses are using it every single day? That's going to be the moment in time where things really cascade and really take off. And I'm going to make sure I'm behind that. Polygon's one of my highest conviction plays in my entire portfolio. And I do think we are nearing pretty good accumulation levels. I think that anytime under $1, if you're looking at years down the line, and especially at this market cap, at a $9 billion market cap and at a $10 billion fully diluted, I think that's peanuts for what it's going to be in a bull run. And I'm definitely betting on Polygon. And here we go. So, 𝗏𝗃, I think that Polygon's a fantastic long-term accumulation at this moment in time. Definitely one I'm looking at. Chris says Magic, Matic, PYR, UOS, WASDR, and Gala. Very, very good stack of projects there. And let's talk about 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝗋. So 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝗋 nearing $1. And man, the volatility here has been real. Leading up to this pump, they were anticipating and really teasing the partnership, the collaboration with Polygon for their zkEVM technology, because now Immutable is going to have their own zkEVM technology in collaboration with Polygon. We saw it get all the way up here to $1.50. We were above $1.50 last week, and with the buy the rumor, sell the news, and now with the Binance news, we're taking quite a bit of hit here on 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝗋. And I'm going to be honest, as more tokens are circulating with every single unlock that has occurred, I'm getting more bullish. And we're going to near those levels where I really think accumulation long-term for Immutable is opening up, right? The circulating supply is hitting the market. And if you take a look at stuff like tokenunlocks.app, you can track those unlocks. I'm getting more bullish as time's going on 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝗋, because look at what they're building. It's absolutely inevitable. Everything that Robbie and the team are bringing to the platforms, I would say the most games are coming to Immutable. And then just today, the former founders of Vainglory, who built it to 70 million monthly active users, they're going to partner up with Immutable and come over to bring back Shardbound on the Immutable zkEVM technology. So now Polygon and Immutable are basically like this giant in the gaming blockchain space. And I'm definitely, the more time that's going to go on and the longer this bear market goes on, the more bullish I'm going to get on 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝗋 as those token unlocks continue to play out. So I'll keep you updated as this time goes on. I have not made my accumulation on IMX yet. I do expect us to get some better prices here. We're hanging right around $1 right now. Probably will go under $1 if we kind of still see altcoins bleed. I am getting more bullish on 𝗏𝗏𝗋𝗋𝗋, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated on that over time, because I think that's the development coming to the chain. It's once again inevitable. Like Polygon with the business side, I'm seeing IMX on the gaming side opening up as one of the biggest opportunities to back a gaming blockchain in the space. And let's talk about Avalanche. Avalanche is taking a little bit of a hit here with the market too. And Avalanche over the last couple of months has had some of the biggest news in the entire space. It started off with a massive announcement with Amazon. AWS is bringing their infrastructure, Avalanche's infrastructure and dApp ecosystem, and including one-click node deployment, offering the best tooling for high compliance use cases for enterprises and governments. Shortly after this announcement, they announced an NFT marketplace initiative. I would absolutely assume that Avalanche is going to be involved in that marketplace initiative in some sort of fashion, using their subnets, their blockchain, etc. And then last week, after more announcements with TSM, after an announcement with Loco Legends with 50 million users, you have Shopify partnering up with Avalanche. And this is huge because what they're doing here is the same thing as Starbucks with Polygon. And if you've taken a look at what Starbucks has done with Polygon, the conviction and the level of success and attachment that the users have on the loyalty program that Starbucks has with Polygon, now we're looking at Avalanche, Shopify joining forces to bring Web3 loyalty platforms to Shopify's millions of merchants. This is going to be big because loyalty programs and NFTs, they go hand in hand. What's a better way of loyalty to show that you've held something for a certain amount of time, or you stake something, or you're earning points in the form of NFT rewards, right? So if you look here, the Shopify app, the brands are going to be able to connect with their community, reward them for participation, complete gamified challenges, share social content, and they'll be rewarded with tokenized reward points. And this is a $57 billion company. Shopify is no small name in the business world. So I'm definitely looking at Avalanche as one of the top plays right now in this bear market. Once again, if you're looking at gaming, it checks the boxes with games like Shrapnel, projects like Loco Legends, organizations like TSM. But then the business side, we have Amazon, we have Shopify, and more. So Avalanche is definitely near the top of that list. Let's go over a couple of gaming distributors and studios quickly. Vulcan Forge is getting super cheap, under $100 million market cap. And if this thing dips below $3, my target, I've said it multiple times, my target's $3.20 here. I think if Vulcan Forge hits $3.20, that is a very good long-term accumulation range as well. With Vulcan Studios, with the 10 games in-house, the Elysium blockchain, which is incubating tons of different projects like 𝗦𝗶𝗄𝗆, Vendetta DAO, Hustleverse, and more. They're all building with Elysium's blockchain, which is Vulcan Forge's upcoming layer 1 blockchain. And then every week, they're pushing more developments. The tower defense game is getting new features. Their social engagement is up. 𝗦𝗶𝗄𝗆, just mentioned, that is a new project that's building on the Elysium chain, new game builds, and more. So they're always pushing developments at Vulcan Forge. And I'm very bullish on the team. And I'm very bullish on once the blockchain's live, I think that's really going to be the moment where PYR and the ecosystem takes that next step. And one that I haven't talked about in a bit, but it's not moving. And at this part of the market, at about 20 cents and at a $60 million market cap, Ultra, I think, is at a pretty good level as well for long-term accumulation. It's been hanging out between 20 and 25 cents for the longest time, it feels like. And things are loading up. Ultra Games is on the way. At Ultra, they're focused on creating the all-in-one gaming hub with an NFT marketplace, with Ultra Games, with a community app, the social aspects. They really have everything under their own umbrella. They've also teased that they will have their own exclusive first-person shooter, which is looking really impressive. Their first-person shooter, the UI, the interface, the graphics, it reminds me of Halo. I'm gonna be honest, this reminds me of like a Halo game, and I think that that's a very bullish comparison when you're taking a look at the current state of Web2 games. This game does look very solid, and as far as Web3 games goes, this is a top-tier looking game, and the team here has worked on stuff like Diablo 3, Fortnite, Cyberpunk 2077, and more. Forget how Cyberpunk performed, but their devs definitely have very, very high-level experience. And then kind of going over the watch list, and we'll take a look at some chat questions really quick. So IMX or Magic? Yeah, it's really hard. I think IMX as a business undoubtedly is probably going to go, and to take higher levels than Magic will. I would say at the market caps, I think Magic has a whole lot of potential. I mean, if you take a look at the market cap differentials here, You're looking at Magic at a 275 million and a 450 million fully diluted. And if you look at Immutable at a 2 billion fully diluted, I mean, it's 5 times the size. So the multipliers that the lower market caps can do are going to be higher. I'm very bullish on both. And I truly think that Immutable is one of the top 2, if not number 1, blockchain gaming companies in the space right now. But I think that Magic at the market cap probably has more upside potential as far as how much it can grow, because it's not about price, it's about market cap. How much can that market cap truly grow as a company in a bull market, right? And I do think that this market cap of a 450 million has a ton of potential. I am bullish on both IMX and Magic. Gala Games, very bullish on Gala. I think that obviously whenever I say top 2 blockchain companies in gaming for Web3, Gala's in the competition, and Gala, I think they have 18 games coming to the platform at this point. Stuff like Legends Reborn, Last Expedition, Grit. They have the Battlestar Galactica reboot. They're focusing on mobile games, which I do think are going to be a huge path forward in the industry and haven't really been tapped into in the Web3 space. I'm definitely bullish on Gala, but this is nothing that I would really feel great about holding in super bearish climates. I think in a bull market, Gala is going to fly. But I do think that the discrepancy in the market caps, there's better stuff to hold in a bear market. I think that Gala is going to have a springboard of potential in a bull run, but I would wait for those accumulate. I think that it could take a little bit more of a dip, and you can get a little bit of a better accumulation. I do hold Gala, but I have held Gala for a while, and I do have conviction that they're going to come out on top as far as the Web3 gaming space. Phantasma, the sleeping giant. Yeah, they're still building over at Phantasma's very solid small cap project. And I do think that Phantasma does have a ton of potential as well. Let's see. What coins will blow up whenever Amazon releases its NFT marketplace? That's highly speculative, definitely highly speculative. But I think that if you can take a look at, let's just say, Avalanche has a partnership with Amazon. I know games like the Born List have a partnership with Amazon. I know that if you look at Polygon, they're working with Amazon for a 3D CG anime series for Amazon Prime. So there's definitely a lot of ways you can look. Ironically, they're both right behind me here. I would look at Polygon and Avalanche if you're looking at the narrative for Amazon for sure. Altura going to be listed on Coinbase. That would be massive. Altura is my favorite low cap in this market currently with the Unity solution that they just launched. The amount of gamers and developers are going to have access to their tech stack, I think, is inevitable. And at a $20 million market cap, I think that let's just find Altura really quick. At this market cap, the potential is ridiculous for Altura, but now's not the time to be delving into small caps because the altcoin narrative hasn't even started. Bitcoin's been dominating this run, and alts really haven't moved. So I think once alts do start moving, Altura has so much potential for sure. We'll take a couple of more. SpinTop. Yeah, I think SpinTop's a great platform. I'm not a holder of the token, but I do like the platform, and the team is very strong behind SpinTop. Guild of Guardians, good game. Not a token that I'm actively looking at the moment in time, because if you go look at, let's just go look at Guild of Guardians. Let's pull up Guild of Guardians. I would, and it's slowly but surely it's happening, but the market cap discrepancy here has not been the best over time, and now it's closing the gap. But yeah, as a small cap game, I think that Guild of Guardians does have tons of potential. PYR, we mentioned earlier in the show, probably about 5 to 6 minutes ago. If you want to rewind, you can take a look at that. I'm really looking at 320, I think is a massive accumulation level, and I think the Elysium blockchain is the big catalyst here for Vulcan Forged. CryoWar, I want to see the full product. CryoWar was one of those games that came out during the bull market and launched their token, but I want to see more from CryoWar. Gods Unchained is a game that I think will be around forever. I think they'll be the Hearthstone style game of Web3 gaming, and they've set themselves up to have that niche forever. Trading card games have their niche, and I think that in the blockchain, it definitely makes a lot of sense. I don't see Gods Unchained going anywhere anytime soon, and I do think they're going to make it through this bear and even better during the bull. AXS, bearish. SIDUS, yeah, shout out to SIDUS, one of our sponsors here on the show. I think that SIDUS has, a really good potential, especially once we get to the other side of this market. Personally, I would look at the governance token Senate, though. After talking with Dan, the co-founder and CEO of SIDUS this weekend on one of our shows, I would go with the governance token of Senate personally, and it's a lower market cap. I mean, it's a 2 million market cap, $14 million fully diluted. I think that that's where I would be looking personally. What's your opinion on Kevin speaking at Vulcan? Lots of controversy. Yeah. We'll just be honest. I mean, Scaramucci's invested, and I think, they're going to have ties with a lot of those types of people. And I wouldn't say that's a bearish factor at all. It's just a big name to speak at their conference. No problem with that. All right, guys, we're about 20 minutes in. I'm going to hop off. Be sure to drop down and like the video if you enjoy the shows here on In the Game and on Banter every single day, and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll be back on Wednesday with another show. As always, play well, my friends.